Здрасте, на связи Макс Soulmate, и пользуясь случаем, хотелось бы передать привет Милане. Милана, привет тебе. Но если тебя зовут не Милана, то тебе тоже привет. Но мы продолжаем играть Hogwarts Legacy, и нам нужно поговорить с профессором Фигом. Фиг ли тебе надо, профессор Фиг?
It's good to see you, Professor.
And you. I was hoping our paths would cross today, before you immersed yourself in studies. Did I hear you masterfully evade Professor Weasley's interrogation regarding our late arrival?
I did try to evade her questions, though I feel a little deceptive. That said, I'm fairly certain she suspects that we're not being entirely forthcoming.
Yes, well, Professor Weasley is a brilliant and astute witch. It was right to keep the details to yourself for now. We don't know where this path we've embarked upon will lead. It may require a bit more flexibility with your time than she would approve of. And she may feel obliged to share details with the headmaster that would be better left between us.
Understood, Professor.
Good. Now, as capable as you are, I believe the ability you possess obliges you to be well trained. Happily, you have the benefit of an exceptionally skilled team of witches and wizards to guide you. Speaking of guides, and so that I may avoid another not-so-subtle reproof from Professor Weasley, why don't I show you the clever enchantment we included in the field guide's map? Unfold it and have a look.
Так, Escape, открыть журнал заданий. Ага, да. Так, и чё, куда мне? Так, символизирует основные задания, выполняя основные задания, продвиньтесь по основной истории. Так, некоторые задания заблокированы из-за требований к наличию заклинаний. Ага. Так, смотри-ка. Занятия по заклинаниям. Вот. Нам, получается, вот сюда надо, да? Так. Отправляйтесь в класс. Во. Я должен выбрать.
The map is enchanted to help you find your way.
This will be incredibly helpful. Thank you.
Now, sounds like you've quite a day ahead, what with classes and a trip to Hogsmeade for supplies, including your own wand. You'll enjoy Mr. Ollivander. He's an exceptional craftsman and a good friend. I shall reach out when I have more information about our mysterious locket. For now, focus on your classes and pay attention. More than your owls may hinge on the magic you are able to master within these walls.
Вопросов нет. Нам указывается путь, куда нам бежать. Поэтому мы бежим. Зачарованный компас. Такс. Что-то сегодня наш репак очень плохо работает, кстати. До этого работал как часы, а сегодня репак очень плохо работает. Вот он, зачарованный компас, я понял. Видишь, смотри, шейдеры не прогружаются, хотя их прогрузил в начале игры. Ну, торрент это торрент, тут уж ничего не поделать. Если у торрента есть какие-то фиговины, то они и будут работать. Ну, я думаю, со временем сейчас нашего прохождения шейдеры прогрузятся. Так, начать задание.
Here, behind you. There is an open seat here.
Thank you.
Hello, I am Nettie. So you are the new student. Have you met Professor Ronan yet?
Shall we begin? Welcome to Year 5 of Charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work. But I am confident that we will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge. Right, now, everyone, please open your textbooks to page 517. But before we begin, can anyone here tell me the difference between the incantations of the color change and growth charms? Anyone? Anyone? I am afraid it is too late to study now. My, the summer months must have really taken a toll on you all. By the looks of it, you all spent your holidays practicing Obliviate on one another. Do you even remember how to perform a basic summoning charm? Well, it seems that we are in dire need of review. Everyone get into pairs and take positions on opposite sides of the classroom. Now let's put those textbooks to use as the blunt objects you so believe they are, and take turns summoning them out of one another's hands. Only one book will be needed per partnership, Miss Dale. Thank you. Get into place now.
Так, значит, ну поехали. Оп. Отлично. Вот такой вот акцио. Акио.
That is not bad.
You are a swift learner. I see a lot of potential, but remember, potential is nothing without practice. Keep at it. You might just rival Miss Onai here. Very good, everyone. That's enough of that. Well, as you all seem to have the basics down, and it is an exceptionally lovely day, I was thinking that we might have ourselves a little excursion outside for a spot of fresh air. After me.
Это тебе не геометрию, а алгебру зубрить. Ха-ха, это заклинание, тут прям вообще... Вспомнить школу. Не, конечно, в школе лучше, чем сейчас на работе. Но вспомнить геометрию, зубрили, там алгебру. Я не говорю про географию, биологию, историю. Ее я любил. Это прям хорошие предметы, мне нравились. Но тут у них образование явно повеселее и поинтересней. Тут хер поспоришь. Я бы поучился.
I've always found that fun goes hand in hand with mastery, as I'm sure the Quidditch players amongst us would agree. So, what better than a bit of sport to put our prowess with the summoning charm to the test, right? So why don't we have our newest student start us off? Very simply, cast Accio on one of the spheres and relinquish your charm at the last possible moment. Now, think of this like gobstones, if you will, but instead of throwing the marbles out, you are summoning them toward you. The trick is to pull the sphere as far as possible, but not a bit more, or it'll fall, yes? Now, I could keep talking about theory all day, but practice is the best professor. Show us how it's done.
Кстати, охеренный учитель вообще, вот просто, я уважаю учителей, которые нуднятину преподносят вот так. Народ тут, видишь, развлекается, тот и сё, ну, короче... Просто не учитель, а золото. Заебись. Перебор. Перебор. Такс. Оба. Вот. Такс. Ну, неплохо, я считаю. Неплохо. В принципе.
Very good. Points to Slytherin. But there's certainly no sport in playing without some friendly competition. Miss Onai, would you care to give our new student a bit of a challenge? Come on up. You'll be the blues, just as before, and Miss Onai, you are playing red. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Короче, я так понимаю, Нацаянай, она это, типа, ботаник. И она из Гриффиндора, кстати, хочу заметить, а я из Слизерина. Ой, Анай. Вот ты, конечно, блин, конечно, Анай. Хер поспоришь. Давай я схитрю. Я хотел ее вытолкнуть, ну ладно. Тоже полтишочек. Нацвай, ты вообще фигаришь, блин. Ты вообще фигаришь. Я хочу схитрить. Если я тебя вытолкну, это сработает?
Quite impressive.
Ага. Бляха, я на тридцатничке остановился.
There we go.
Ага. Ладно, так. Ну, мне вряд ли победить. Тем не менее, я продолжу. Ну да. Ничья. Охереть. Охренеть. Прикольно.
Let us make this a bit more interesting, shall we?
I think we are well past interesting at this point.
I'll say.
Enough chatter. Focus now. You will need it. This round settles it all.
Watch this.
Вообще суровенько, кстати. Вообще суровенько, хотелось бы сказать. Нет. Так, ладно. Ноздря в ноздрю идем. Отлично. Идем ноздря в ноздрю. Так. Ой, полтишок выбила. Как же хреново, а? Хреново. Такс. Нет! Пиздец! Все. Я просерил. Оба! Нацвай тоже немножечко лоханулась, ладно. Но мне ее вряд ли победить, на самом деле. Мне вряд ли догнать. Да, я ее не догоню. Ну, извини, пожалуйста, но я... Ничья! Опять ничья, ни хрена себе. Так я хорош.
Very good, both of you. Well done. Class is dismissed. Gather your things on the way out.
A tight game. It turns out we were evenly matched. Took me weeks to become proficient with Accio. Took weeks for me to get anything right when I transferred here. It gets easier, I promise.
That's good to hear. It's a lot to take in all at once.
To put it lightly, I remember how I felt when I first arrived. I transferred here from Ouagadougou just before my 4th year. My mother received an offer to teach divination here. Before I knew it, we had left Uganda and were halfway around the world at a new school in a new country.
Is Ouagadougou much bigger than Hogwarts?
Ouagadougou School of Magic is the largest wizarding school in the world. So yes, bigger than Hogwarts. But it never seemed intimidating or overwhelming to me. It always felt like home.
Is Ouagadougou a castle, like Hogwarts?
Its address is Mountains of the Moon. It is not so much a castle as a beautiful edifice carved out of the mountainside. I remember the first time I saw it, the mist was so thick I could hardly make out anything at all. And then it just materialized before me, this enormous school that seemed to be floating in midair.
This may seem an odd question, but is magic the same there as it is here?
Mostly, yes. But I did have to learn how to use a wand when I arrived here. Hardly anyone at Ouagadougou uses one.
You can cast spells without a wand?
Oh, yes. I find wandless magic to be much more instinctive, not to mention quite convenient if one is without their wand. I must admit, however, that I am growing quite fond of using a wand. It seems very dramatic.
It's nice to learn about another wizarding school.
Thank you for asking. I do miss Wagadu, but I am glad to be here at Hogwarts. Ah, I think Professor Ronan wants to talk to you. Better not keep him waiting. Until next time.
Of course.
A word, if you would.
On humans.
You wanted to
If
speak
you're
with me,
so
Professor?
inclined.
I did. I trust your first charms lesson lived up to expectation.
Well, an outdoor competition wasn't exactly the lesson I was expecting, sir.
What charm is there in the expected? And what a close match between you and Miss Onai. Invigorating.
Thank you, Professor. I enjoyed the match.
Miss Onai is always a fierce competitor, though I sense that she is a bit distracted of late. Now, Professor Weasley has asked that your professors give you instruction outside of the ordinary curriculum. Expect to hear from me soon regarding a special assignment that I am preparing for you.
Preparing for you, говорит. Его акцент просто мне очень нравится. Дополнительные задания в школе магии вообще на изи. Вот дополнительные задания в обычной школе это херня собачья. А тут в школе магии почему бы и нет. Так, ты хотел со мной поговорить, Саманта? Саманта ничего так.
Hello, you wanted to speak to me?
Samantha Dale. I've been eager to meet you. You're the student everyone's been whispering about. Hope your first day's going well. You certainly seem to hold your own in charms.
I've been fortunate. Beginner's luck.
My brother William would tell you not to be so humble and to trust your abilities. Then again, he tends to be overconfident in his. Well, better see to my charms homework. I'm afraid I can't count on beginner's luck to impress Professor Ronan.
Так, короче, эта девчонка по нам уже начинает сохнуть. Так, я вижу сундук. Погоди-ка. Сундук где-то прям над нами. Так. Смотри. Я могу теперь собирать страницы руководства. Призраки тут летают, хорошо. Так. Сундук где-то был сверху. Здорово. Но вообще не в этом месте. Он, наверное, из кабинета можно к этому сундуку попасть. Китонька. Мяу. Мяу. Это ж Пивс. Господи, это ж Пивс. Ни хрена себе. Я помню, что он был в Гарри Поттере. Я не помню, чем он занимался, но Пивса я помню, да. Кицоньку погладили. Я вот иду по улице, я не могу просто так пройти мимо Кицоньки и не погладить ее. Так, а можно, например, поджечь ее?
Lumos.
Поджечь почему-то не могу. Ладно. Так, сундук не в кабинете находится ли? Ага, тут у нас замок заблокирован. Что ж, ладно. Тогда мы выбираем карту, и у нас следующее задание, побочные задания. Так, окей. Пристройка к библиотеке. Ну, давай мы сначала класс заклинаний. Вот. Вот это вот нам надо, да? Так. Окей. Так, куда нам? Нам вниз. Можно люмус убрать, пожалуйста? Он меня немножечко раздражает, этот люмус, что он у нас в руках. Ну, ладно, хрен с ним. Просто когда я нажимаю на люмус... все, понял. Все было просто, ладно. Вопросов нет. Ну, я только начал учиться магии. Вы чё, ребят? Вы чё? Музычка, господи, Чайковский играет. А главное, чтобы по авторским правам теперь не прилетело за Чайковского, который тут играет. Надо в настройках посмотреть режим стримера. Угу. Так. Опа, смотри-ка, сундук. Ага. Ревелио. А как тебя открыть? Ладно, я думаю, мы это в будущем изучим, как его открыть. Так, задание начать, да? Конечно же.
Is that all you've got?
Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces on your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, you may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge. To the wise, age matters very little. Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember. Levioso.
Levioso? A levitation charm?
Levioso! A surprised opponent is a weak opponent. Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity, especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
Кстати, в данный момент вы заметили, что козел был из Гриффиндора. Интересно, интересно.
Levioso.
Now, let's try something a little larger. Let us begin with a basic cast.
Так, значит, основное заклинание. Манекен отразил заклинание. Левиоса, а потом основное заклинание. Окей, смотри. Левиоса, а потом основное. Изи. Изи. Нихуя ты телепортировалась. Это что сейчас было? Я ж охренел. Себастьян, значит, мы против тебя сейчас будем сражаться, да? Держим руки на заклинаниях. Давай. Ага. Да я вообще просто его уничтожаю. Он за край карты улетел. Лох.
Not bad for a beginner. You give as good as you get.
I put you on the spot, and you rose to the challenge. Points to Slytherin.
Thank you, Professor Hecat. Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
If what I've seen today is any indication, we can expect great things from you. I demand excellence from my students. They are capable of achieving it, and they must achieve it. A classroom duel is one thing, but battling dark wizards, or as ever more likely, goblins, is a different kettle of Grindylows entirely.
Understood, Professor.
So, I'd advise you to keep practicing whenever you can. Perhaps Mr. Sallow will have some ideas for you. again. Well done today. I shall reach out soon with additional assignments. All right, that's enough spectacle for one.
I'd hate to face Professor Hackett in a duel.
Прикольная тетенька, кстати. Мне прям нравится. Так, с каждым я могу поговорить. Девчонки. Вот эта вот в очках кудрявая прикольная, но она не хочет со мной говорить. Так. Ну-ка, Себастьян.
I enjoyed that.
Well, that duel was quite something. Everyone will be talking about it.
It was certainly good practice.
Practice? Felt more like I was dueling an expert. Didn't expect a new student to be so deft with a wand. Then again, perhaps this wasn't your first duel.
In fact, it was. Perhaps I have a knack for it.
Be coy if you like, but I know better. Magic requires intention and talent. You know, you might be a perfect fit for a certain exclusive, unsanctioned dueling organization.
Exclusive and unsanctioned. Count me in.
Excellent. Knew I was right about you. If you want to get the most out of your time at Hogwarts, you're going to need to break the rules now and then. Whether it's joining a secret dueling club, or sneaking into the restricted section of the library, you just have to be clever enough not to get caught.
Thank you, Sebastian. I'll keep that in mind.
Good. Pleasure chatting with you. I'm sure I'll see you soon. Perhaps somewhere unsanctioned? We'll see if your performance today was sheer luck or actual skill. Look for Luke and Brattleby near the clock tower entrance, if you're interested.
Первое правило бойцовского клуба. Никому не рассказывать о бойцовском клубе, да? Вот он и есть бойцовский клуб. Получается. Все, а давайте смотрите, на этом моменте я сделаю небольшую паузу. Не забудь подписаться на канал и желаю, конечно же, удачи.